Leverage can seem risky, but when used properly, it's a game changer. We'll show you how. But first, what is leverage? Leverage is the ability to control a large contract value with a relatively small amount of capital. In the futures market, that capital is called the performance bond or the initial margin, typically 3 to 12% of the contract's notional or cash value. For example, assume that one E-mini S&P 500 stock index future has a value of $103,800. You initiate a position by posting an initial margin of at least $5,060. In other words, you'll have exposure for this, but you've only put down this. This is called greater capital efficiency. Another benefit of leverage is gaining increased exposure. For example, let's say you have $10,000 with which you'd like to express your opinion in the gold market. How can you maximize your $10,000? One option, buy physical gold at $1,250 per ounce. That's 8 ounces. Option 2, purchase shares of a GLD ETF. With a current price of $125 on GLD, we are able to purchase 160 shares. That would afford us $20,000 in market exposure, and you control the equivalent of 16 ounces of gold. ETFs are subject to the federal Regulation T requirement, or 50% margin of purchase price, which means we can control $20,000 of exposure with $10,000 in capital. Option 3, buy a gold futures contract, which represents 100 ounces. If initial margins are $4,400, you can buy 2 gold futures contracts. You will have exposure to the equivalent of 200 ounces of gold. Experienced futures traders understand the power of leverage, its risks, and its potential benefits when used as part of a well-thought-out risk management plan. And now you too can harness the power of leverage for greater capital efficiency and increased exposure.